So now we're going to look at treble crochet, which has a really nice rhythm for mindfulness. Treble crochet is the basis of quite a lot of patterns, including the granny stitch blankets. So the treble crochet is a very long stitch, whereas the double crochet, which we already did earlier, is quite a short stitch. So to make that longer stitch with treble crochet, first of all, before you put your hook into the next stitch, you have to wrap the yarn around the hook. Okay, I'll do that again. So flick it underneath that strand of yarn, just as if you were making a chain. So let the yarn sit on the end of your hook, then, without letting it fall off, push the hook into the next stitch, and then grab the yarn and pull it back through. So now you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over the hook and just pull it through the first 2 loops. That leaves 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over the hook and then pull it through the second 2 loops, and that completes the treble crochet. And you can see it's a long stitch, like I said earlier, and it's a little bit looser than a double crochet. So for example, you wouldn't want to use a treble crochet if you wanted to make a toy where you were going to put toy filling in, because you'd see the toy filling through the gaps. You'd be more likely to want to use a double crochet. So if I show you that again, yarn over the hook, then into the stitch, yarn over and pull back through the stitch, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the second 2 loops. That's another treble made. And so with the treble crochet, if you want to use it as a mindful stitch, you've got a little bit more to count. So whereas the double crochet could just be counting 1, 2, 1, 2, with the treble crochet you can actually count up to 4, which some people prefer. So you could count the yarn over the hook as your 1, into the stitch as your 2, and back out, and then the first yarn over and through the first 2 loops could be 3, and then the last part of the stitch could be 4. So you'd count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you get to the end of your row with treble crochet, you will turn your work, and then you will always start with 3 chain, because what you need to do is you need to have your hook at the right height for a treble crochet, and that is equivalent to 3 chain. But also you have to remember that that 3 chain that you've made is your first stitch. So the stitch that's at the base of your 3 chain, you don't work into that one, you're going to work into the next stitch along. So yarn over the hook, into the next stitch along, pull the yarn back through, over through your first 2, yarn over and through the last 2. So your 3 chain at the beginning stands upright, and that's your first stitch, and then we've made a second stitch. Okay, so if you want to go back to counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But alternatively, if you don't want to count, or if you want to have a mantra, which is used quite a lot in mindfulness in itself, you can have a little mantra. You could tell yourself, I will be good, I will be kind, and you could just repeat that to yourself over and over again. I will be good, I will be kind. So as you do each stitch, you can repeat your mantra. It could be something like, I will be strong, I will be kind, I will be strong, I will be kind. And really, you will be saying all of these things inside your head. So you're counting, you won't be saying it out loud. You can if you want to, but it's good if you can say it inside your head, because also at the same time, you want to concentrate on your breathing as well. So that can be another anchor for your mindfulness, is as you are crocheting and counting inside your head, focus on the breathing. As you breathe in, take really nice, strong, deep breaths as you breathe in. And then if you want to blow out, you can blow out through your mouth, or if you just want to breathe out through your nose, you can do that as well. But breathing can be a really good anchor, and you can breathe at the same time as you crochet. So again, you might be a person who breathes quite quickly, so you might want to use your breathing alongside a double crochet. Or if you have slower breaths, you might want to breathe alongside a treble crochet. So as you breathe in, you might do the first part of the stitch, and as you breathe out, you might do the second part of the stitch, or you might manage to do one whole stitch as you breathe in and one whole stitch as you breathe out. Again, it's a personal thing really, because you don't want to be breathing too quickly whilst you crochet. You want to try and get really nice long breaths. So you can either choose to count, you can count and breathe, or you can have your mantra. So when you come into the end of your row with treble crochet, I've got 2 proper stitches there that I can see. If I pull my work forward, I can see 2 full V's there, so I'm going to work those. So that's one treble, and that's the next treble. But then at the end here, you've got the 3 chain that you made at the beginning of the row, and you have to remember to work a treble into that 3 chain, otherwise you've lost a stitch. And what happens is your crochet will start to come in on one side and you'll have an angled side. Well, it probably happen on both sides actually. So remember to put the yarn over and then go into the top of the stitch, not in the gap in between, but into one of the top chain. Into the top chain, and then just make your treble crochet as you would normally, and then turn and start again.